Hi guys, welcome to Catchup Plus on Aforevo TV, where we bring you entertainment, gossip, catch up on movies, take a look into the world of sports and tech. I'm Lopez. Let's take a look at some of the trending stories. Nigerian Grammy-winning superstar Wizkid and Beyonce won a Moon Man at the 2021 MTV Music Video Awards for Brown Skin Girl. That's not even all. Now the director of the video won Best Cinematographer, and of course, ta-da, her name is Jen Nkiru. Of course, that means she's Nigerian. I just had to say that. Well, speaking of the VMAs 2021, let's take a look at Teyana Taylor and NoTime's sexually charged performance. All right, this next story is rather a little bit strange, but okay. So a businesswoman is calling out a boat driver who literally, she claims, allegedly was masturbating while driving her to her destination. As she explained, she got into the boat and against her better judgment, she dozed off, and by the time she woke up, the guy was masturbating with one hand and driving with the other hand. But for security reasons, she didn't say anything at the moment, but she took a picture of it until she got to a crowded bus stop where she now confronted the driver, but he allegedly denied the incident, not knowing that she had taken a picture. Now she's saying that she has never felt more violated in her life and that she would take it up with the company. In this next story, unknown gunmen attacked the medium security custodial center in Kogi State, killing 3 soldiers, and at least 240 inmates have been freed. Now, the Nigerian Correctional Service Center spokesperson Francis Onuburi confirmed the incident that happened 2 days ago in a communique, saying the incident took place at about after the hours of midnight. In some rather sad news, a flood that crashed through Trademore Estate in the federal capital, Abuja, has left 5 people dead, 8 injured, and a lot of cars and houses destroyed. So if you have a family member or loved one that stays at Trademore Estate in the federal capital of Abuja, now would be a good time to reach out to know if they're okay.
Trademore Estate flooded, man. Can't get in. Stranded.
A man tagged as real-life Tarzan after living about 40 years in isolation in the jungle from civilization has died at the age of 52. Now, Hu Van Lang died from liver cancer just 8 years after being reintegrated into civilization, and his friend is saying that the civilized lifestyle is what contributed to his death. Lang's family fled into the jungle after a U.S. bomb killed their mother back in the Vietnam War in 1972, and they have lived there since then because they thought Vietnam War was still ongoing until they were discovered back in 2013. So this next story is rather interesting because the person involved is an attention whore, and according to TMZ, Conor McGregor went into a fight at the VMAs of all places with Machine Gun Kelly. And when he was asked later on about the fight, which a lot of people happen to have heard about it and seen it, here's what he had to say.
What happened?
Absolutely nothing. I don't know. I just showed up and I don't know. I don't even know the guy, to be honest with
you. Welcome to Catchup Plus on Movies, brought to you by Aforevo TV. I am Ahina Atta, bringing to you all the latest happenings in the world of movies. Now let's catch up. Ghanaian filmmaker Peter Sedufia has urged Ghanaian filmmakers to get comfortable announcing their film production budgets and box office revenue. He said investors will not invest in the industry if they do not know how much the industry makes. He used Nollywood, Hollywood, and South African film industry as examples of how announcing your box office revenue can attract investors. This is a very valid point, but I still think in Nigeria, in Hollywood, producers are still skeptical about announcing the budget of films and the revenue. Yes, the revenue is now made public by Cinema Exhibitors Association of Nigeria, but in terms of talking about their budgets, most Nigerian filmmakers don't like talking about their film budgets, and I think it's about time we talk about budget and revenue in Nollywood. Disney has announced that Eternals, The Last Duel, Runs Gone Wrong, West Side Story, and The Kingsman will get an exclusive 45-day theatrical window before moving to digital platforms, thanks to the success of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which is presently having an impressive exclusive theatrical run at the box office. Remember, a few weeks before the release of this film, I'm talking about Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, the CEO of Disney, Bob Chapek, referred to the film as an interesting experiment. Some people perceive this statement as wrong, but obviously that means that Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings release style will determine how other Disney films will be released. This is obviously a win for Marvel Studio chief Kevin Feige, who has been very open both internally and in the press about his desire for Marvel's feature film to play exclusively at the theater. Meanwhile, film critics think that Dune should be released on the big screen because of its striking visuals. But Warner Bros. Wants to release Dune in theaters and on HBO Max simultaneously. According to critics, this can affect the box office performance of Dune and also expose the film to piracy. Dune was made with a budget of $165 million and it will be released on the 22nd of October this year. We hope Warner Bros. Gets this right. The latest James Bond film, No Time to Die, will have its chance to blow up the Chinese box office. The film has passed the local censorship and now has a ticket to the world's largest film market. This is a good news for the producers of this film, as the film needs a very high ticket sale to turn over profits in a pandemic era, given that this film was made with $250 to $300 million. The film will be out in cinemas from on the 8th of October 2021. Now it's time for some lovey-dovey. Orange is the new black star Uzor Aduba is married. Yes, she is married to the handsome filmmaker Robert Sweetin. We didn't know this, and we wouldn't have known if Aduba did not share a post on Instagram celebrating their 1-year anniversary. This is coming as a surprise, I know, but there is one Hollywood relationship that won't be a surprise when the wedding bells start ringing. I'm talking about the Benifers. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. They are back together and they are rubbing it on our faces. The duo were seen on the red carpets, kissing and, holding hands on the red carpet for the premiere of The Last Duel, which took place in Venice, Italy. We wish them well, and it's about time we get our Ashwebi ready, because from what I can see, I think we'll need an Ashwebi for this one. That's all on this segment on Catchup Plus on movies. I hope you had fun. If you did, join us next week. Please subscribe and share this video. I'm not done. I'm handing you over to La Belle for more news.
All right, thank you, Aina. It's always an amazing time to catch up with you on movies. Nice ponytail, by the way. All right, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in the world of sports, starting with tennis. Britain's rising tennis star Emma Raducanu is reportedly said to be one of the youngest ever CBE recipient after her stunning win at the US Open. Raducanu has ended Britain's 44-year wait for a women's Grand Slam singles champion after beating Leylah Fernandez to win the US Open in a thrilling style. Raducanu, who was the first qualifier ever to reach a Grand Slam final, beat the 19-year-old Canadian up. In some Formula One news, Lewis Hamilton is reacting to Max Verstappen, blaming him after their crash at the Italian Grand Prix that left the drivers beached in the gravel. Mercedes is claiming that Red Bull had an inclination that Max was at fault for the clash against Lewis Hamilton. That's why they didn't immediately apportion blame to the 7-time world champion. In some football news, which I'm super stoked about, Cristiano Ronaldo will feature for Manchester United in the Champions League for the first time since 2009. Now, Man United manager Ole Gunnar is saying that Manchester United need to have ambition to go all the way, especially with the return of Cristiano Ronaldo back in the team. Let's not forget the last time that Manchester United actually won their biggest prize in European football was back in 2008 when Cristiano Ronaldo scored in the finals against Chelsea when he first started with the Devils. Since his departure in 2009, Manchester United has only come twice to the quarterfinals. And also, Cristiano Ronaldo is saying that returning back to Manchester United is the best decision he's ever made in his life. Now, I can't say the same for Juventus because they have a lot of rebuilding to do after his departure. In some EA Sports, now EA Sport has revealed 3 out of the 4 names of football legends that will feature in the Icon series of the FIFA 2022. In some sports happening right here in Nigeria, organizers of the maiden edition of Aisha Buhari Cup for the invitational matches have updated their fixtures, and they're saying that the matches will take place right here in Nigeria at the Mobolaji Johnson Stadium at Onikon, Lagos. So check it out. Before we go, guys, don't forget Tupac died 25 years ago yesterday. So take a moment of silence. He was a legend, an icon that would live forever. Don't also forget to check out this space. A new show is coming up with Mr. Books called The Cypher Room. You're watching Catchup Plus on Aforevo TV. I'm Lopez, signing out.